Hey guys, it's SJ here, your personal Affliction Warlock, and today I wanted to give you guys a Affliction specific guide for Harjatan on Mythic difficulty. As an Affliction Warlock on this fight, you can fill one of three roles. You can be add control, add damage, or boss damage. The way add control works is that you play some version of Writhe in Agony and Absolute Corruption, and you equip Sacrolash, but you only focus on dotting everything. You don't necessarily do maximum amount of damage to the ads. You just tag them to get the slow, then you pump all your UAs into the boss. The second is add damage, where you play Writhe AC and sow the seeds, and you spam the living shit out of sow the seeds once you get the AoE. Once you get enough targets in a clumped area so that sow the seeds is viable. So three or more. And the third, which I think is a very overlooked option on this fight, because a lot of people go through Warcraft logs and they see the highest numbers, is they don't pay attention to what could be very beneficial to your raid group, which is boss damage. Affliction is exceptionally good at doing boss damage when there are multiple targets around. And the way you do this is with tagging, shard sniping, and just nuking the living fuck out of the boss. I'm gonna show you this fight from my point of view, which is gonna be boss damage focus. So for anyone struggling with the enrage timer, this is the way to go. If you are struggling with add damage, then by all means, fill. You want to fill what your raid needs. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into the fight. So we're gonna start hitting in a little bit, and I'm spec'd Writhe in Agony, Contagion, Soul Harvest, Supremacy, and Soul Conduit. And I'm using Head and Netherlords. You can also use 2+4 sets, and you can use Belt or Pride S, but Soul Conduit plus Netherlord is a really good combo here, but you definitely want Death's Embrace. So we're gonna pull here, I'm gonna dot the boss, I'm gonna do one UA, and I'm lucky and proc my 4 set as well, but I'm spreading out my UAs here, keeping Drain in between so that I have Contagion uptime while I'm waiting for the ads to spawn. Notice that I'm not popping my Soul Harvest or Owl, and I think on this pull I actually misclick my Owl on a target. So I'm dotting everything with Agony, press Soul Harvest, and then I go ham on the boss. You can actually reap early here. You can reap on the pull because most of your damage is going to be in the time window from now and the next 20 seconds while Soul Harvest is active. So right here, the first egg spawns. I dot it up. I press unstable on it as it's about to be activated, and I just make sure that I'm sitting on low shards as the ads come in every time. I want to be sitting on low shards because when the ads come in, I'm gonna have 4 to 5 agonies up. I'm going to have insane shard regen, and I'm gonna be shard sniping as much as possible. I'm not claiming perfect play here, but it's a good example of how it can be done. Like shard snipe and then back to the boss. Keep in mind that if you are sitting on 5 shards, the shard sniping doesn't do anything for you. So you don't want to be wasting time trying to shard snipe if you are shard cap already. New ads coming in, Agony all, and just keep pumping the boss with UAs as much as possible. Not really much happening. Moving to the new egg. The same again. I'm instantly dotting it with both dots, and as he's casting the unchecked rage to make it active, I'm casting a UA on it so it gets the bonus damage on the dots, and I should be able to get the shard back because it usually dies. Here we get the AoE ads. We didn't get the AoE ads earlier, so I use seed on them. If you're really smart, then you can actually just not seed them and just tag the lowest one with Agony, because you have so many shards already at this point. You can see here I I actually drained soul on five shards there, so that's not a good thing. Very bad. My soul harvest is active, but I can see that the boss is approximately dead in 1.5 minutes based on my time to die weak aura. So I'm gonna wait a bit here. I'm gonna wait for the. I think I'm gonna pop soul harvest on this. Well, I probably should have waited for the next ad wave, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna get the full benefit from it, so I think I pop it here. Yeah. So again, just shard snipe as much as possible. Pump the boss with UAs. New egg. Same as last time. You want to aim to have at least one UA rolling on the boss at all times, which I failed to do on this pull, but it's something to aim for. And also get as many UAs into Soul Harvest as possible. Here you can see the AoE ads are spawned again, and I don't really care about them right now because we have enough people on it, they're slowed. So I only care about boss damage, and now I think I tag one just for some extra souls and a refresh on my Wrath of Consumption stack if it's needed. Probably wasn't, but I did it anyway. And as you can see, my damage is not very impressive in terms of overall DPS. There's plenty of people doing more damage than me on this fight. But I'm doing almost 90% of my damage. I think 87% of my damage is boss damage. 84% of my damage is boss damage. So you can see here why it's really, really good. It's a 99th percentile boss damage rank. So that's my opinion on how the boss should be played. If you have any comments, insights, things you would like to know, feel free to comment below, and I'll try to make more of these. Thanks for watching.